Here we go. We are set. It's the last game before the awards banquet on a Saturday. And this game will determine a lot for the Division II playoffs. These teams both fighting for a chance. Lizlet, if they win, they will need. If they win and give up less than 5 goals, they are in. And here we go. We're set to drop the puck on the first period of play. Taken by the Falcons, cleared up by Kaiser. Brought back in, Laforge, shot, save, and the rebound. Gonna be cleared out here by the Falcons. Pass from Hill, he's hit up against the boards, and we're gonna immediately have a penalty for boarding. It looks like, looking like it's gonna go to Alex Dominic, or rather Corey Laforest, for hitting Hill a bit up from behind. So the Falcons are going to get our first power play chance. Won the draw at the blue line. Kaiser sends it cross ice just out of the zone. Too hot for Bedford to handle. Threw it all the way down. Played by goaltender Lau. Brought back up by the Falcons. Pass to Sunrise Bond. His pass over, there was a shot and blocked. Get all the way back out over to Lau. Lau over to Kaiser. Kaiser hits the pass of Hill. Down low in the zone, it's battled by Bedford. Bedford tried to put it out in front over to Hill. It's sent all the way back down the ice. Kaiser makes his way through the neutral zone, shoves it into the zone of Lizlet. Cleared out by Quimpal, kept at the blue line by Bedford. Bedford making his way through, is poked off the puck by Prey, and that is all the way down the ice. All the way down the ice, sitting behind us net is Albert. They cleared all the way down. So far, a very successful penalty kill for Lizlet. Then around Hill, put it to the middle. Over for Bezanson. Bezanson leaves that one off for Liam Hill. Hill walks in, tries to shoot, blocked away. Cleared back in by the Falcons. Hill trying to make his way to the front, but is pinned up against the boards. Only 10 seconds left to go. Walking in, trying to shoot is Bezanson in the slot and covered. .346 left to go in the period, 4 seconds left to go on the power play. Falcons win the draw, sent the blue line by Kulin. Penalties now done it down in the neutral zone. Had to be cleared back in by Bezanson. Cleared down the ice, Lau. Let it go by him, Laforest in the corner. He's being pinned up by Stewart and another Falcon. Sent behind the net. Laforest tried to put it out in front. Bald, sent across the net. Kept in by Fournier. Attempted clearing by Hill, sent out in front, dangerously close to the net. Laforest battling with Hill. Multiple players in the corner, one's down on his knees. Laforest behind the net. He's shoved off the puck, gets it back, goes up to the blue line. Dominic pass in the middle, tipped all the way down the ice by Blith. Falcons trying to make some changes, but will not be allowed to due to the icing. Faceoff's taken out of the zone. Quimpal back skating in his own zone. Passes that off to McDonald. McDonald skates it up. Waits, then goes across her back to Quimpal. He's pressured by Hill, and it will go out of play into the bench. Faceoff will go next to the Forest Heights bench. Taken by Joudry and Lavoie. Won by the Falcons, taken to the zone. Brought out by Alex Hill and cleared back into the zone. Hansen trying to clear it along the boards. It's left there over for Joudry. This pass tipped over to Hill. Hill still with possession in the neutral zone, trying to dangle by Sear. Cleared into the zone. Quimpal. That pass tipped by Prey out in the neutral zone. Pass to Bedford. And back to the blue line. Skating around is Kaiser. His dump down hits off a player of Thomas Albert and all the way down the ice. Taken by Casey. Casey, his outlet pass to McDonald. Pass out in the middle for Prey. Prey skates in. Sent along the boards. Lau cleared back along the boards. That will go out of the zone. Lavoie skated out. Little D-to-D pass to Albal. Pass through the middle. Going to be taken by Kaiser. Cleared back in by Padon. Behind the net. Loose stick. Padon finds a loose puck after it was turned over. Looks out in front. There's the shot. Save. Rebound. Given up by Lowe. Still loose. Lowe is out of his crease, and to cover it. So far, 5 minutes gone through the first. It's been mostly pressure and momentum from Les Élites. Stick will go to the bench of Les Élites. Faceoff's going to be taken by Dominic. On the other side, it's Bond. Cleared back in by Les Élites. Behind the net's Levesque. He's pressured by Bedford. Levesque up to Lavoie. Going back down and around the net. Out of the reach of Hansen. Will be picked up by Bezanson. Then taken, pickpocketed by Laforest. Levesque trying to get that to the middle. It's going to go up to the blue line. Poked away by Albal. Albal on his backhand. Puts it to the middle. Rebound. Saved by Lau. Cleared into the board by Bezanson. Not out of the zone. Laforest trying to put it in the middle. There's a shot. They score. Alex Dominic gonna find the puck in the high slot after it was put to the net by Casey Laforest right through the crease. And he will score that goal all day long. Face-off taken by the Falcons, cleared in the zone by Blith. Fournier stops behind his own cage. And makes an outlet pass over to Leclerc. Put into the zone by Lavoie. Attempted clear, blocked by Bedford. Bedford in, trying to put it to the net. Hit behind the net by Blith. Being taken out by Quimpal. Pass over to Bald. Then trying to get into the middle for Lavoie to be flipped. Just barely stay in play. Quimpal makes his way through the neutral zone. Losing the puck in the process behind the net. Leclerc trying to put it out in front. It's ramped over the net. Attempted shot from the blue line. Stick was tied up by Perry. Behind the net, Leclerc. Gets by one, but it's taken out by the Falcons. Perry puts it to Bedford. Bedford continues through the neutral zone before he's stopped by about 3 players of Thomas Albert. Still in the zone of Les Élites. Fournier Sent around the boards to the middle, pass to Prey. Prey in, shot, blocked by Kaiser. Couple players go falling. Lizlet, keep it in the zone, at least for now. Put out by Bedford. Parent skating around the defensive zone. Rimmed around over for Quimpal. He's pressured by Bezanson, so he throws it over to the other side. Chuck to the middle. This may go down for an icing. No, linesman going to call it off. Judry behind the net. Thrown out in front. Saved by Hill. Or by Lau, rather. Flipped all the way down. This one shouldn't go for icing. It'll go to goaltender Laforge. Casey picks up the puck, throws it in. Lau will put it in the corner. Liam Hill grabs the puck, puts it up, can't quite get out of the zone. Kept in by Laforest. Hit along the boards. Dominic putting it to the net. That one caught by Hill. Hill tries to put it against the board and headed for Coolin. Ends up being taken by Lizlet. Laforge skating around in the offensive zone. Puts it to the blue line. Quimpal walking in, shooting, save, rebound, still in the slot. And there's a hit after the play by Levesque. Falcons clearly not all too thrilled with it. And 17, Cameron Kaiser giving a spear after the play, after the fact. Referee caught that behind the play. And he's going to go to the box. So it'll be Cameron Kaiser, 2 minutes for spearing at 7:46. Or rather not 2 minutes, he's gonna get 4 minutes. Falcons try to clear it out. It's kept in the zone by Lizlet. Levesque to Dominic. Put up to the blue line, Albert. Waiting, one-timer, Dominic's gonna get to the net, covered by Lau. And a whistle at 7:31.
Cameron Kaiser, 4 minutes for spearing at 8:14. Falcons penalty, número 17, Cameron Kaiser, 4 minutes, número 30, at 8 minutes, 14 seconds.
Down deep in the zone, Levesque passes up to Albert. Albert cross-ice past McDonald. Albert not shooting, skating around the near boards, making his way around Coolins. Levesque put out front. Dominic waiting on the doorstep for his second of the game, but just couldn't get the shot. There's a shot that just goes over the net, deflected. Hansen trying to clear it out. Behind the net is Dominic. A stick is knocked out of the hands of Lizlet. Looking like it's Laforest. Stick, he has to go retrieve. Dominic. Pass over McDonald. Back to Dominic. Dominic shooting. Save and sent into the corner. McDonald. Skating back. Hovering up above the zone. Gets to about the ring-out line. Still cuts down. McDonald to the middle. One-timer save. Attempted back hit out by Bedford. Just ends up being a pass to Albert. He shoots. Puck's high. No one knows where it is. It's gloved down and covered by Lau. Face off won by Thomas Albert. Lavoie up the blue line. Sees Felix Lavoie. Quimpal skating out of the neutral zone, coming up with speed. Quimpal in, around the net, looking for options. Seized up by Lavoie. Quimpal back to the blue line. Felix Lavoie over to Cedric Lavoie. Shooting, blocked at some skates. Down low, Prey. Sends it over to the opposite side. Prey gets it back. Sent over to Padon. Up for Quimpal, shooting. Blocked by a skate, and the Falcons will be able to clear the zone. Xavier Quimpal leaves it off for Felix Lavoie. Lavoie skates up with speed, cutting in the middle, poked. Lau shot it against the boards, didn't decide to cover after a defenseman had passed it to him. Falcons will succeed clearing out of the zone. Good play by Alex Hill, getting it all the way down the ice. Xavier Quimpal making his way up center ice through the face-off circle. Quimpal in, cutting to the middle. He's pushed off the puck, going into the corner. Turton hit by Quimpal. They'll give him a hit, then a backhander. They score. Alex Casey finds the puck right next to the slot in point-blank range and lifts the backhand over the shoulder of Lau, giving Lizlet a 2-0 lead. So the situation we have for the playoffs, if Lizlet win, they need to allow less than 5 goals to advance into the quarterfinals. If they tie or lose, Moncton High will take that 8th spot. If the score stands as it is now, if they had won 2-0, Lizlet would find their way into the quarterfinals of this Dieppe Classic. Stepped out in front, Seal trying to get a shot off. And was just whiffed on it, was just poked off his stick. Cleared up by Perry.
Assisted by number 24, Corey LaForge.
Is it trying to make their way out of the zone? Olivier Quimpal. Skating around his net, clearing the zone, kept in by Bedford. Quimpal, pass, picked off, Bond in, shooting save by Laforge. Cleared out. Skating out with the puck is Seal. Nathan Seal. Pass to the middle. That's taken by Bedford. Bedford, who has room, going to skate it up himself. Dylan Bedford stops. Tries to send it across for his teammate. Coming back in by Olivier Quimpal. Poked off his stick to the middle for Prey. And poked off. Lizlet wanted to make the changes, but incoming quickly is Stewart. His pass intended for Bedford. Did not go as planned. Olivier Quimpal down in the zone. Turton stops. That pass breaking out of the zone here was Coolin before he had gotten it poked off. Now it's sent back into the zone of Lizlet. Cleared out. Picked up by Xavier Quimpal. His clear attempts blocked into the zone. Walking in, trying to get a shot off was Stewart, but it was poked off his twig. Quimpal going back the other way. Xavier Quimpal past Hill. Quimpal in, shooting save by Lau. Hill sent off the boards. He's then hit by Casey. Shot from Fournier. Deflected and saved into the corner. Hill gives it a deflection out of the zone. Fournier passed it over to Quimpal, then iced in. Turton behind the net. Makes his way past the couple. Then passes it over for Kaiser. That puck will go all the way down the ice. No icing. Lavoie behind the net. Pass up, blocked in. Moving into the zone was Hansen. There's a shot, save, rebound. Another rebound. Still loose. Laforge doesn't know where it is. Penalty called. Casey is on top of a Falcon, giving him punches. Hansen not impressed with Fournier. Gonna have multiple penalties on the play. Don't know the initial call. And it looks like we're gonna have a 5-on-4 power play for the Falcons. Blake Fournier of Lizlet, he'll get 2 for a cross check and 2 for a rough. And Carter Blith will get 2 for roughing at 2:05. So the Falcons are off to the power play for most of the remainder of this period. Face-off taken by the Falcons. Perry sent back to Kaiser. Kaiser, that pass to Bedford, sent to the middle through the skates of Georgie. Cleared quickly and into the Falcons bench. Players and coaches, heads up. Face-off goes into the zone of Lizlet. Casey against Georgie. Won by Casey and cleared all the way down the ice. Lau fakes a pass, then goes over to Perry. His pass to Bond. Bond off for Georgie. Georgie pass through the legs of Bedford. Behind the net, getting pinned up is Albert. Bedford trying to move it over to the middle, but is poke checked off by Livek. Now potential breakaway. La Forest in all alone. La Forest shooting off the post. Pass, stretch pass intended over for Georgie, but is intercepted here by Lavoie. Making his way out was Bedford before he was angled out of the play. Hill gets poke checked off the puck. Picking it up is Hansen. Hansen skates back, pass over to Hill. Hill cross-ice pass, diving La Forest, breaks up the play, but moving in is Bond. Behind the net, looking for a pass. Sees Georgie. Here's Hill with a shot, blocked and saved and covered. 39.5 left in the period, 34 seconds left to go on the Falcons power play. Face-off taken by the Falcons. Hill cross ices it for turn. There's a shot saved by Laforge on Georgie. Hill, Georgie, back at the turn. Hill shooting, not going to get much of it, going to be blocked by a leg. Only 10 seconds left on the power play, cleared up, blocked by the skate of Hill. Hill waits, then tries to go backdoor. There's a sharp angle shot. And a save by Laforge. 1 second left on the penalty, 6.2 left to go in the first. Face-off taken by the Falcons. It's almost brought out of the zone, kept in, and that is the first period. Lizlet up by a score of 2-0. Stick around 2 minutes for the second period. Élites, Falcons, live on MST. Here we go, back for the second period, 16 minutes on the clock. Face off here at center ice. taken by Lizlet. Levesque moves into the zone quickly. Levesque trying to get that over to the middle. Poke checked off by Turton. There's a shot from the blue line. Almost tipped in by Levesque. Levesque again with the puck in the corner. Up to McDonald. Back down the ice. Past Dominic. La Forest. Poke checked off. La Forest still with it in the corner. Sends it behind the net for Levesque. Levesque in the slot shooting. Saved. Faceoff taken by the Falcons. Brought out of the zone by Hill and is quickly poke checked off. Cleared back. Taken by Casey. Cross ice pass to the backhand of Stewart. Flipped it into the defense. Pass from Albert over to Prey. Over to Padon. Prey. Albert sends it over to Lavoie. Padon. Down in the corner, Padon trying to back into it to the front. Padded by Laos and sets in the middle. Lavoie trying to get a shot off. Loose out in front, they score! Make it 3-0 for Lizlet early in the second period. Quimpal. That pass is down for Ball. He's set up against the boards, and the Falcons are going to head to the penalty kill.
Suns lead unassisted at 5:24. That's the second minute of that cat second.
So with a 3-0 lead, Lizlet are going to head to the power play. Face's going to be taken by Dominic. He's going to win it to the blue line for McDonald. McDonald waits and passes over to Casey. That's Dominic with it, rather. He sends it to Albert. Albert to McDonald. McDonald shooting. Save. Rebound. Dominic scores. Alex Dominic finds the loose puck behind the net. And it's going to make it a 4-0 lead for Lizlet. Kaiser. Pass up, misses Bazanson. Goes back. Casey. Cross ice pass intended for Prey. Prey in the zone. Hill. Sent around Bazanson. Out of the blue line. McDonald. In the neutral zone. He's almost crushed by Coolin. Dumping it in the zone of Lizlet is Georgie. Around the net, Casey finds the puck and tries to send it into the middle. Taken by Quimpal. Quimpal skates up the middle, has Prey and Padon with him. He shoots, saves, Prey and Padon with the rebound. He scores. Cédric Parent and Alexander Prey both had chances for the rebound in tight. And Parent finds it on his backhand and lifts it into the net, making this game 5-0 in favor of Lizlet early in the second period. Falcons win the draw. Hansen, cross-ice pass to Bedford. That pass intended for Perry goes down the ice. It'll be picked up by Albert. Leave it behind the net. Put around for Lavoie. Put up to the blue line. Shot from Stewart, blocked. Working his way to the front to be covered by Laforge at 13 minutes exactly. And currently 43 watching live from home. We appreciate the viewership. Potential 2-on-1 coming here for Thomas Albert. Walking in is Lavoie shooting, trying to put it back door to Bald. Saved by Lau. Albert, cross-ice pass in the middle. Getting it to Leclerc. Clearing out as the Falcons. As I was saying, 43 currently watching now. We appreciate the viewership. It's the 2024 Dieppe Classic. Live on MST. Streaming every game at the Uni Surface and the Uniplex in Dieppe, New Brunswick. Cleared in. Hansen going to battle, and it's going to be a hand pass against Thomas Albert. Just over 12 minutes left to go. Dominic, he's going to step in the face-off dot against Hill. He wins it. Levesque leaves it off for Laforest, trying to get a shot off. Laforest going to lose an edge, making a sharp turn. Coolin trying to exit the zone. Pass out in front, taken by Hill. Going the other way with speed. Moves it into the zone. Laforge almost put it right to the tape of Stewart. Coolin trying to find the loose puck. In to grab it is Levesque. Levesque shooting, saved by Lau and sent up into the netting. And this, the only game in the tournament happening live right now. The next game is after the awards banquet. We have some meetings at 5:30. Game being live streamed on the channel. It's Les Vedettes de Martin taking on Les Élites de Thomas Albert. In the girls division, there's a shot, save, rebound in the corner, taken up by Leclerc. Falcons now exit the zone. Perry, pass up over for Bazanson. Casey, flipped high. Into the zone, there's gonna be a shot from Hill. That one's blocked. Cleared all the way out. First one on it is Hansen. Hansen skates up behind his nets whilst being hounded by Casey. Collision out in the corner, leaves the puck behind. Over for Hill. Casey takes the puck again. It's cleared in by Quimpal. Puck high, caught by Quimpal, sent to the middle. There's Lavoie cutting around. Pass to Casey, shot, save, and there's a penalty coming up. Looks like it's going to be against Forest Heights. So we're going to have a Thomas Albert power play. Puck's going to go out of the neutral zone. Time for them to regroup. Touched up by Perry. And Lizlet will go to the power play. Liam Hill, he's going to the box 2 minutes for roughing at 10:25 here in the second. Quimpal with time, skates back, Passes it up to Dominic, who gains speed rapidly and tries to blow through a man, and it's cleared back down by the Falcons. That Falls goes out of his net, leaves it off for Lavoie. Lavoie skates back around. Lavoie to the middle, loses control of the puck. Coolin was pressuring him, turned around, did not see it. Lavoie. Pass over to Kim Powell, back to Lavoie. That pass to Levesque. Levesque loses the puck. Lavoie making his way into the zone. Makes a nice loose puck deke move. Sends it to the middle. Shooting is trying to shoot is Levesque. Lavoie takes the shot, then going around the net. Lavoie out in front. There's a shot from Levesque. It's saved. Sent up into the boards. Not out of play. People had stopped as if it did go out of play. Dominic at the blue line. Cutting in past Perry. Dominic shooting just above the crossbar. Dominic again skating around. Krimpel. He shoots, save, rebound, multiple rebounds, another save. Saved by Lau. And some cross-checking out in front. Taken by the Falcons, cleared out of the zone by Kaiser. Laforge gonna leave it up for Albert. Albert pass over into the skates of Leclerc. Leclerc trying to put it deeper into the zone. Gonna be pressured by Bedford. Still with it in the zone is Seal. Seal. Skating around his offensive zone. Put back, Krimpel up for Seal, couldn't quite get a shot off. And cleared out by the Falcons. Second left on the power play, now done. They're gonna play some 5-on-5. Cleared all the way down and an icing against the Falcons. Liam Hill almost sprung on a breakaway. Face off one by Lizlet, but taken by the Falcons, cleared all the way down. Not on a penalty kill, so this will go for icing quickly just 7 seconds after. We get set for a face-off to the left of Lowe. There's going to be a shot from Casey. That's blocked. Tried to toe drag. Falcons take it back and go the other way. That's a pass for Perry. Perry in, shooting, saved. Taken behind the net by Krimpel. Krimpel over for McDonald. McDonald makes his way past Georgie. McDonald still in, makes a nice move. McDonald shoots just above the net. There's a sharp angle shot from Pada. Hits the crossbar. Almost had his second of the game. Cleared out by Thomas Albert. Cleared all the way down. And this will not go for icing against Lizlet. Toe drag from Turn to leave the zone. But it's going to be kept in by Pada. Pass was just behind the Falcon. Did not see where it was. Out by Blythe. Behind the net, Low. Passes that to his defenseman. There's 7 minutes left to go. Cross ice pass. Just out of the zone. Fournier had wanted to go right back into the zone, but he's offside. It's 6:53 left to go in the second period. Lizlet up by a score of 5-0 on the Forest Ice Falcons. Poking in the zone is Fournier. Falcons take it back out of the zone. Attempted hit from La Forest. Bring it in. Levesque. Levesque on his backhand, trying to put it to the middle. Ends up going behind the net with it. Flipped up. Fournier puts it back into the zone. La Forest in the far corner, trying to put it on net. There's a Falcon down in front on his back. That was Harris. There's a shot, sharp angle shot from Nick. Almost picked the top corner. Looking in, Fournier still in, shooting along the ice, and it's wide of the net. Kim Powell, he pokes it in the zone through Stewart. Levesque still with it, got his stick lifted. There's a pass over to Coolin. Coolin tried to dump it in the zone, blocked by Quimpal. Takes it out of the zone, La Forest. Has Leclerc with him as they enter the zone. La Forest cutting to the middle, trying to get it back door, rebound. Dominic trying to put one in similar to his first goal. Blith works in, shoots it off the boards, one behind the net. Now follows, throws it along the boards. Taken by Bedford, hit against the boards by Levesque. Bedford still with it, trying to get a shot off, but he is pushed off the puck by Dominic. Harris, or rather, Kim Powell rather, in his own zone, making his way past one, then is poked off the puck. Blith, that pass, over for Perry, trying to go backdoor the shot. What a save by that follows. The best chance thus far for the Falcons, and that follows shuts the door. Bedford moving in, that follows. Behind his net will leave it. Moving out of the zone, Fournier. Fournier on his way through, making his way past a couple, and it's taken by Joel Dewey. Up at the blue line, Kim Powell flips it in on his backhand. In the corner. Players going down in front. Taken out by the Falcons. Perry, cross ice pass, offside. Going back with it is Hansen. Almost losing control of the puck. It's at his feet and going for a hit. Leclerc in with a shot save. And we're going to take a look at the replay of the save from Lafollage in the other end. Or rather, this hit. Face off won by Lizlet. Albert shooting in the corner. Kept it in the zone by Lavoie. There's a pass, shot just wide. Albert shooting from the point, trying to get a deflection. He's going to get it back up at the blue line, shooting, saved, rebound. Lau not sure where it is. Player going down in front, and it's taken back out by Forest Heights. Not for very long. Albert puts it in. Prey hustling forward in the corner. Defended by Kaiser. Loose puck. Taken by KZ. Gonna go up to the blue line. Albert taking another low shot. KZ trying to deflect it on net. KZ trying to put it out in front. Another shot. That one sent high and above the net. Puck at the blue line, kept in by Paton. Another shot. High stick. Thomas Albert can't touch it. And they will go and touch it. Trying to bait Forest Heights into negating the high stick. But the faceoff will come outside the zone at just over 3 minutes to go. Faceoff's going to take a weird hop into the zone. And going to be covered by goaltender Lau. Faceoff's going to go back for Lizlet in their offensive zone. Lizlet win the draw. McDonald. Pass down low. Dominic shot, save, rebound covered. Gonna try to get another look at that. Player goes falling. Dominic gonna try a little sharp angle shot just out in front and gloved by Lau. Dominic getting kicked out of the draw and gonna take his place in La Forest. Falcons win the draw. Get up against the boards. Lizlet still with it behind the net. Pass out in front, saved by Lau. La Forest with the shot, another save. Lau makes multiple saves in a row. And we'll cover for a whistle at 2:46 in the second period. We'll have another look at it here in the instant replay. Multiple rebounds is getting jammed before he finally ends up covering it. Face off. Taken by Thomas Albert. McDonald moves his way around. Stewart works in one-timer. Great save by Lau. He's been solid back in net. Just not much offense from his team. Trying to put up in the blue lines, La Forest. McDonald puts it back in. Dominic gonna try another sharp angle shot, puts it out in front. Taken away by Byzantin and flipped outside the zone. McDonald skating around. Skates past Byzantin. McDonald in, cuts around one. McDonald flips it, save, rebound, loose. And gonna be cleared out by Perry. Well, the Falcons make some changes. Lizlet go back in the other zone. McDonald pass to the middle. La Forêt passed it and got it back up at the blue line. Attempted turnaround shot from Lavoie, sends it in the corner. Hill flipped out, getting the last minute and a half in the second. Poked away by Blith. In, shooting. That's a save by Laforge, ends up in the corner. McDonald on the blue line, kept in, and will be whistled down for a hand pass. Falcons questioning the call, but we'll go see the replay of the save of Lau back in the other net. Face off one, kept in by Blith. Brought out by Fournier, that pass to Seal. Seal getting past Hansen. And the other defenseman flips it out of the zone. Fournier put back in. Blith trying to find it within his feet. Taken by Balding, cleared into the zone. Go down, last minute of play here in the second. For a quick 10-minute break. Cleared down, first one on it's Fournier. Fournier over to Quimper. His pass almost picked off by Bond, but goes through his legs and going back the other way is Lavoie. Lavoie with Seal and Barr. Lavoie to Seal, shot saved by Levesque. Cleared up by Blith, and this will go for an icing. And we'll see this save by Lau off the shot. Coming in is Lavoie. He passes that to the middle over for Seal, but Lau is able to extend the pad and reject him of any scoring chance. 32 seconds exactly left to go. Face off taken by Lizlet. Pass to Albert, goes out of the zone. Have to skate back, go and get it himself. Albert, pass over to Casey. Slap shot, save. Prey gets the rebound in the corner. Up to Parent. Albert cross ices it for Lavoie. Lavoie cutting in, making more moves, still with it. With 8 seconds pass, almost again taken by Bond. It will go against the bench of Lizlet. Maybe one more shot, saved. And that's the end of the second. Stick along for the 10-minute intermission. We'll be back with third period action from Lizlet and Falcons on MST, live streaming every game on the uni surface of the 49th annual Dieppe Classic. here by the Falcons. Pass from Hill. He's hit up against the boards, and we're going to immediately up back in by the Falcons. Hill trying to make his way to the front, but is pinned up against the boards. Only 10 seconds left to go. Walking in, trying to shoot his Byzantin in the slot and covered. 3:46 left to go in the period. McDonald skates it up. Waits and goes across her back to Quinn Powell. He's pressured by Hill. Face-off will go next to the Forest Heights bench. But looks out in front. There's the shot. Save. Rebound. Given up by Lowe. Still loose. Lowe. Stick will go to the bench of Lizlet. Face-off's going to be taken by Dominic. On the other, on his backhand. Puts it to the middle. Rebound. Saved by Lau. Cleared out by, cleared into the board by Byzantium, not out of the zone. Now Flash trying to put it in the middle. There's a behind the net by Blith. Loses the puck in the process behind the net. McDowell sets around the boards to the middle. Pass to Prey. Prey in shot. Blocked. In shot. Blocked by Kaiser. Being around in the offensive zone. Puts it to the blue line. Quinn Powell walking in, shooting, save, rebound. Corner. Turton hit by Quinn Powell. They'll give him a hit, then a backhander, they score. Moving into the zone was Hansen. There's a shot, save, rebound, another rebound. Still loose, Lafoto nowhere. Middle through the skates of Georgie. Cleared quickly and into the Falcons bench. In the zone of Lizlet, Casey against Georgie. Won by Casey and cleared all the way down middle, but his poke checked off by Livek. Now potential breakaway. La Forest in alone. La Forest shooting off the post. Middle, but his poke checked off by Livek. Now potential breakaway. La Forest in alone. La Forest shooting off the post. Stretch pass intended over for Georgie, but is intercepted here by Lavoie. Making his sees Georgie. Here's Hill with a shot, blocked, saved, and covered. He's not taken by the Falcons. Hill cross ices it for turn. There's a shot. Waits, then tries to go backdoor. There's a sharp angle shot. Livek in the slot, shooting, save. Trying to back into the front. Padded by Louth and sets in the middle. Lavoie trying to get a shot off. Loose out in front, they score. They get 3-0 for Lizlet. Period. Quinn Powell. That pass is down for Bald. He set up against the boards, and the Falcons. Rather, he sends it to Albal. Albal to McDonald. McDonald shooting, save, rebound. Dominic score. Has Prey and Padon with him. He shoots, saves. Prey and Padon with the rebound. He scores. Shot from Stewart, blocked. Working his way to the front to be covered. Walking in is Lavoie shooting, trying to put it back door to Bald. Next in Dieppe, New Brunswick. Cleared in, Hansen. Almost put it right to the tape of Stewart. Coolin. Puck in the grab it is Livek. Livek shooting, saved. This the only game in the tournament that is Hansen. Hansen skates up behind his nets whilst being hounded by Casey. Sent to the middle. There's Lavoie cutting around. Pass to Casey. Shot, save, and there's a penalty coming up. Looks like it's Quinn Powell. He shoots, save, rebound, multiple rebounds, another save. Saved by Lau. And some cross-checking in. The nice move. McDonald shoots just above the net. Looking in the zone is Fournier. Falcons take it back out of the zone. Attempted hit from La Forest. Bring it in. Goes it along the boards. Taken by Bedford. Hit against the boards by Levesque. Blith. That pass. Over for Perry. Trying to go backdoor the shot. What a save by that fall. Through, making his way past the couple, and it's taken by Georgie. Up at the blue line. Quinn Powell flips it in on his back. Going back with it is Hansen. Almost losing control of the puck at his feet and going for a hit. Leclerc. That win the draw. McDonald low. Dominic shot, save, rebound. Pass it in front, save by Lau. Lafarez with a shot, another save. Lau makes multiple saves. Taken by Thomas Albert. McDonald moves his way around Stewart. Works in one-timer, great save. Save, rebound, loose. And going to be cleared out by Perry. Bond, but goes through his legs and going back the other way is Lavoie. Lavoie with Seal and Bar. Lavoie to Seal, shot, save. Gonna be cleared out here by the Falcons. Pass from Hill. He's hit up against the boards, and we're gonna immediately up back in by the Falcons. Hill trying to make his way to the front, but is pinned up against the boards. Only 10 seconds left to go. Walking in, trying to shoot his Bazanson in the slot and covered. 3:46 left to go in the period. McDonald skates it up, waits, and goes across her back to Quinn Powell. He's pressured by Hill. Face-off will go next to the Forest Heights bench. Looks out in front, there's the shot, save, rebound, given up by Lowe, still loose, Lowe. Stick will go to the bench of Lizlet. Face-off's gonna be taken by Dominic on the other side, on his backhand, puts it to the middle, rebound, saved by Lau. Cleared into the board by Bazanson, not out of the zone. Lafarez trying to put it in the middle. There's a shot behind the net by Blith. Loses the puck in the process behind the net. Leclerc trying to sent around the boards to the middle, pass to Prey. Prey in shot, blocked. In shot, blocked by Kaiser. Around in the offensive zone. Puts it to the blue line. Quinn Powell walking in, shooting, save, rebound. Corner. Turton hit by Quinn Powell. They'll give him a hit, then a backhander, they score. Moving into the zone was Hansen. There's a shot, save, rebound, another rebound. Still loose, Lafosse doesn't know where it is. Middle through the skates of Georgie. Cleared quickly and into the Falcons bench. In the zone of Lizlet, Casey against Georgie. Won by Casey and cleared all the way down the middle, but his poke checked off by Levesque. Now potential breakaway, Laforest in all alone. Laforest shooting off the post. Middle, but his poke checked off by Lizlet. Now potential breakaway. La Forest in all alone. La Forest shooting off the post. Stretch pass intended over for Gergery, but is intercepted here by Lavoie. Making his sees Gergery. Third period starts now. Lizlet quickly win the draw. Dominic some back to his blue line over for McDonald. Cross ice over for Albert. Loses the puck for a moment, but then puts it back to La Forest. La Forest moves through his own zone, gets in the neutral zone, then stops in a puddle from the Zamboni. Dominic into the zone. Gets past that, tries to throw it in front. Levesque spins around and puts it down over to Albert. Albert stops in the corner, goes back up, close to the blue line. Has to La Forest, who has a slap shot out of a player's hand. There's another shot. Slap shot's blocked and deflected out of, and the stick of Perry flies out of his hand. Well, the Falcons make some changes. La Forest into the zone, deflected off a stick. And going back the other way is Hill. Hill into the zone. Gonna try to go back door, but it's stopped by Keegan McDonald, who went on his knees to block the pass. Cleared around the zone, blocked by Bedford. Albert over for McDonald. Flipped up and will almost go into the timekeeper's box. And we have a whistle. Just a minute and a half in. Scores 5-0 in favor of Les Élites de Thomas Albert. Behind the net, Fournier goes around, cleared in by Hansen. Behind the net, put out in front, but sticked away by the blocker of La Forge. KZ pass in the middle, intended for Padon. Taken away by Bond. Bond fighting with KZ, brought back in by Fournier. Fournier shoved off the puck by Bedford. Behind the net, Prey with Fournier. Bedford there as well. Cross ice pass, knocked down by KZ. KZ shooting. That one blocked by the pants of Coolin. Around the net, the puck will go. Hansen stops, waits patiently. Sent around the boards, right to KZ. More offensive zone time for Les Élites. Sent blue line. Fournier walking in, slap shot, blocked by Bedford. Cleared in by Quimper. Around the net for the Falcons. Kept in KZ. He's going to have a shot just wide of the net. Zanson move. Trying to get out of the zone. Turnover. Fournier shooting just wide of the net. Mauld. Trying to keep it in the zone. It's the net. Working back in. Quidpal shooting. Saved. No rebound given. Off of a tie for the face-off, it's taken out by Turn. Turn tries to flip it up, almost blocked in by Albert, but bring it out of zone as the Falcons. Moving up his parry, stopping, trying to put it to the net in the corner. Tried to be backhanded front by Coolin. He's pinned up against the boards by Lavoie. At the blue line, sent back in by Harris. Lavoie skates out, almost turns over the puck, gets it back. Bond almost pickpockets it, does for a split second, but captured right back, going back the other way. Lizlet. Lavoie shooting, block, gets his own rebound. Sees Olivier Lavoie, he's gonna shoot, save, it's under the pad of Lau. Face off, taken by Thomas Albert at the blue line. McDonald over to Quimpal, shot on, block. McDonald moves his way over to the far boards. Now makes his way in the far corner, out in front. Pass off the stick of Lau, and we're gonna have a penalty coming up against the Falcons. Puck way behind the net and touched up. It's gonna be so Lizlet will go back to the power play. It'll be Liam Hill. You'll get 2 minutes for a cross check at 11:47. McDonald leaves it up for Albert. Shooting, block. McDonald gloves down the clearing attempt. McDonald leaves it off Dominic. Back to McDonald. McDonald trying to put it out in front. They score. It's thrown in front by McDonald in the corner. Looks like it ramps off the stick of Kaiser and into the net. So it's 6-0 Élites. Casey walks in. Shot glove saved by Lau. Puck down deep behind the Falcons' net. Put back into the blue line by Prey. No one there, so going all the way back to the zone of Lizlet. Taken by Quimpal. Forechecked on by Perry. Quimpal going behind his net. Skating up. Pass over to Padon. Flips it into the Falcons bench. And face-off going to come out to the neutral zone. Face-off won by Forest Heights. Bedford cleared into the zone. Quimpal over for Fournier. Fournier off the boards. Cleared in. Falcons still with possession. Poked in. Falcons flipped in. Quimpal cleared along the boards. Taking it out of the zone is Prey. Moving his way in the zone. Hill struggling to find a lane. Quimpal is pinned up against the boards. Then frees himself. Clears it along, rims it along the boards. Flipped out. Kept in by the hand-eye coordination of Alex Hill, but brought back out seconds later. Less than 10 minutes to go in the third period. Thomas Albert up by a score of 6-0. KZ making his way to the neutral zone. Played it off for Lavoie, who was then poke-checked off the puck. Krimpal sent off the boards, out of the reach of Bald, so it will go to Hansen. Hansen, the pass in the middle to Bliss. Taken over by Leclerc. Leclerc in the middle. Puck's loose. Shot saved by Lau. And in these last 10 minutes, we're going to be heading to straight time. Score differential by 6. We got 9:03 left to go and counting. Lavoie, cross ice. Albert shooting, saved, taken out by Hill. Lavoie around the net. Gonna be tripped up, and we're gonna have a penalty going to the Falcons. So we'll have another Thomas Albert power play going to the box. Is number 11, David Joshua Coolin. We get 2 for a trip at 8:30. Face off one by Thomas Albert, putting it to the net. Laforêt. A quick whistle. Time will continue to tick down. Face off taken by Thomas Albert around the net. Levesque trying to wrap around out in front, backhander, they score. And some roughhousing in front. And we might be having another penalty coming up against Forest Heights after the scrum in front. Looks like we won't have any penalty. Thought there was an indication of one, but I mistaken behind the net. Kaiser sent around the boards. Pass out of the zone. Bond. There's a shot. Saved by Lafarge and deflected up and out of play. And a collision. Collision behind the play. Riley Perry going to the box. Riley Perry going to go to the box for a cross check at 6:59. So 6:59. We got 2 minutes for Falcons. Only icing 3 players. So from off the bench, they recruit Carter Bazanson. Face off taken by Lizlet. Put to the blue line by Prey. Sent down and about to be cleared out by Hill. Prey banks it over to Padon. Padon in shooting, just misses the net. Waiting is Albert. Put it up to Prey. Lavoie for McDonald. McDonald looks backdoor for Albert with the one-timer. Wide the rebound, they score. Another successful power play. And it'll make it 8-0 Élites. Face-off taken by the Falcons. Brought in by Hill. Poke check, Seal. Makes his way up the far board. Seal cutting in shooting. Blocker saved by Lau. Taken out by the Falcons. Hill coming up the near boards this time. Gets a stick up high. At least it looked like it. No call on the play. The corner, Fournier is going to chop at the puck. Flips across on the boards. Attempted clear by Harris. Lizlet, 2-on-1. Leclerc trying to make it past Turton. Turton recovers behind the boards, behind the net. Kept cleared out. Turton still with it before he's knocked down in the corner. Fournier sent behind the net. Cleared back the other way by Quimpal. Quimpal trying to skate it out of his zone, but it's taken back by Leclerc behind the net. He moves out to about the hash marks, then jams it against the boards through the legs of Harris. His pass over his defensive turn, turning over the puck to Padon, then goes behind the net. Casey, shot. Blocked off the knee pads. Fournier shot. Not deflected. Caught down low in the backhand. Believe that was Leclerc. Joshua Coolin through the neutral zone. Taken by Quimpal and up and out of play. And we appreciate currently 53 watching live from home. Close to the last 4 minutes. Thomas Albert up by a score of 8-0. Face off won by Lizlet. Back in their own zone, Lavoie. Olivier Lavoie leaves that for Albert. Pass up intended for Levesque. Going down the ice. No icing, says the linesman. Lau behind the net. Bedford. Pass up. It's going to stay in the zone. Off the stick of Levesque and all the way down the ice. Lavoie stops, goes around the net, flipped around, hit an open ice, not calling La Forêt, shooting just above the crossbar, taken by Olivier Lavoie at the blue line, cleared in via the backhand, breaking out of the zone is Bedford, his stick's tied up, he won't get very far. Lavoie leaving it up for Dominic. Pass intended for La Forest. Misses his twig and goes all the way back to the Forest Heights defense. Dominic laying a hit along the boards and a big hit there on Bedford. Going back, Hansen's going to try to lay a hit. His man will eventually fall down and lose balance. Last 3 minutes to play. Cleared all the way down the ice. And this will go for icing. Less than 3 minutes to go. He's out by Thomas Albert. Shot a net covered by Lau. And after this game, look out for our YouTube channel live streams. We're live streaming the awards banquet of this year's Dieppe Classic. And then returning back at 5:30, live on our channels, Les Vedettes taking on Les Élites de Thomas Albert and their girls team. And quarterfinals also set up for Division 1 on our channel. Big hit along the boards. At 9 o'clock, it's Rivière-du-Loup Sphinx taking on Les Maritime Matadors. Captain by Hansen. He's going to try a shot into the glove of Laforge. Less than a minute and a half left to go in the game. Last minute play in the period. Around the net goes Fournier. Fournier shows off some nice stick handling, shoots, blocked by Kaiser. And Fournier gonna show some physicality, reverse Kaiser, then a couple players going after him, getting all up in his face. And Fournier questioning why he's getting a penalty. Myself as well. It looked like he had just reversed his man who had came to hit him. Checking out the replay here. Doesn't get his hands up high at all. Ref's just going to go 5-on-5. Not like it's going to matter too much, however, in the last 20 seconds. Probably won't get another face-off off. Both players already going to step out of the box. They enjoyed their 10-second stay. And les Élites have knocked out the Purple Knights to advance to the semifinals in this year's Dieppe Classic. We appreciate your time watching the 49th Annual Dieppe Classic on Moncton on Maritime Stream Team YouTube channel. Live streaming every event on the Uni surface at the Uniplex from Dieppe, New Brunswick. It's the final score. Thomas Albert 8, Forest Heights, no score.
Shooter match for the Falcons. Player of the game for the Falcons. Number 16, Carter Benson. Shooter match for the Élites. The player of the game for the Élites. Number 21, Alex Dominique.